Jordan. Hard rebound, ricochets out to Merrill for three again. And they've got some 3 points.
Sam Merrill matched his career high with 8 3-pointers last night, 6 of them coming in rapid succession during the first half, showing Orlando why he is the league leader in 3-pointers per 100 possessions by a wide margin. Only moments after checking into the game, Merrill promptly knocked down a corner 3-pointer. He'd sent home 2 more from the corner all before the half was over, with Merrill shooting 58% from this spot on the season. Throughout the night, Merrill forced Orlando to chase him around like a dog. The pass on this first action is too high for him to shoot, so they run it again, and this is all the daylight Merrill needs to let it fly. Here it is one more time, but no, this isn't a replay. It's Merrill's 5th 3-pointer in just 9 minutes of being on the floor. So it seems Sam Merrill is fitting right where he belongs. The Cleveland Cavaliers have come to rely on his marksmanship off of the bench, but what will it take for him to stay in the lineup once the team is at full strength? Anyone who watched Sam Merrill before his breakout could see one thing: this dude can flat out shoot the ball.
Off to Merrill, Merrill fires, hey, knocks it down. Sam Merrill, baby.
He's done so proficiently at every level of the game, from college to the G League and now the pros. The doors finally flew open when Cleveland's desperate need for shooting matched their need for reserves after injuries wiped them of their usual rotation. Opportunity called, and Sam Merrill answered. In the first 2 games after Darius Garland's injury, Merrill shot a combined 13 of 24 from downtown for 46 points in just 54 minutes. He's become one of the league's most surefire sharpshooters, banging home 3-pointers at a higher percentage than Stephen Curry. If Merrill is on the court, shots are going up. His willingness to shoot, and shoot it well, has made Merrill the type of player that modern basketball teams are starving for: a motion sniper who can pop accurate shots off in a hurry. I know this video is comparing him to Klay Thompson, so I'll apologize up front for the clickbait, because if Merrill is anybody, it's a reincarnation of Kyle Korver. But sorry to Korver, his name just isn't good enough for SEO purposes, and well, I've never forgiven him for missing that shot in Game 3.
Kicks it out, Korver, corner 3. Can't get it the full, rebound Durant.
Jokes aside, Merrill's ability to shoot on the go is truly unique. Korver was one of the best to ever do it, and in all seriousness, Merrill's technique is on par with the best of them. I mean, just look at these 2 plays.
And Achilles would certainly not be what you would want. Korver drills the
Miles Garrett, man, the boys took care of business across the street today. It was a great game.
But now that the initial shock of Merrill's arrival is over, he's learning that survival in the NBA means learning how to adapt. Merrill has proven he can swim, but just how far can he ride this wave? Becoming more than just a 3-point shooter is the difference between being the occasional one-trick pony and a long-term rotational piece. Another Cavalier, Max Strus, has taken this lesson to heart and might provide an ideal blueprint to follow. Over the years, Strus has polished his game as a playmaker and bought in defensively to become a well-rounded player on both sides of the ball. Merrill should look to follow his counterpart, and in some ways, he already has. Merrill uses his off-ball gravity to open the floor for Cleveland, and he's also starting to attack closeouts and cause defensive breakdowns with his dribble. Check out some of these drives where Merrill has the advantage of beating defenders who are selling out to contest his potential 3-point shot.
Down behind the play, the Cavs have numbers. Niang finds the open man, it's Merrill. Merrill gets run off the line, goes to Allen.
Here he beats a scrambling defender, draws in the help defense, and opens George Niang for a triple. Merrill might not be an interior scoring threat, but collapsing the defense is as simple as getting the ball into the paint, regardless of your finishing abilities. The defense is overplaying him here, so he cuts backdoor and gets a free touch in the paint, causing a collapse, and this is another assist. Developing as a playmaker is something Merrill should strive for. This laser beam to the opposite corner shows he can do it. On the defensive end, Merrill will always be disadvantaged. He's not a particularly gifted athlete, and he doesn't have the size to make up for it. Merrill won't offer much resistance at the point of attack, and he's vulnerable fighting through screens. Attention to detail and hard work are the only avenues for Merrill to be a positive or even neutral contributor on defense. But Merrill's positional awareness could be his saving grace. Even in the G League, Merrill showed he could stay out of trouble by being in the right place, or rather, not being in the wrong place at the wrong time.
Cavaliers have rounded off an 8-0 run. They look for more. Merrill knocked it away from White to the basket. He puts it up and in.
Against Atlanta, Merrill worked hard to avoid being Trae Young's target. In this play, he does a fine job jumping out on the screen to help contain Young, while Okoro turns up with a steal. On another play, Merrill fights over a screen to deliver a quality contest on the jump shot. Small moments like this make a big difference because defense is 90% effort, and if Merrill refuses to be easily picked on, most teams won't bother draining the shot clock just to go at him. Merrill's positional awareness is best on display when he is drawing offensive fouls. Merrill leads the Cavaliers in charges drawn, despite playing just the 13th most minutes on the roster.
Crisp passes, caught, get a good shot.
Abdia ran over Merrill again, and that's the second one that Merrill has picked up here early in this second quarter.
So shooting the ball is Merrill's most valuable asset. Developing as a passer and exerting himself defensively are the next steps towards cementing himself as a nightly player. But what parts of this journey are out of Merrill's control? Merrill will only have a marginal opening for minutes once the Cavs are healthy. The starting trio of Garland, Mitchell, and Strus will eat a massive chunk of the available backcourt minutes. This leaves Merrill to compete with LeVert and Okoro for the remainder. The good news, however, is Merrill's skill set lends him to fit any lineup. His ability to play without the ball and space the floor makes him useful no matter who else is out there. Offensively speaking, Merrill is a better fit next to one of Garland or Mitchell than any other bench player, because his ability to catch, turn, and fire all in one motion makes him the grease to Cleveland's offensive wheels. Simply being on the floor generates more movement and potential defensive breakdowns, like on this play, where Merrill attracts the attention of 3 Jazz defenders just by catching the ball. Defensive concerns remain. We don't know if the myth of Merrill can translate to playoff basketball until the Cavaliers have a larger sample of opponents who are hell-bent on exposing him defensively. He may have to take a back seat to players like LeVert and Okoro once the chips are all on the table. But for now, Merrill has proven he belongs on an NBA roster, and in time, he might prove even more.
It's just like that. That's a long rebound opportunity. You got to get that. Good job by Sam Merrill. I think we needed that.